Everyone, and welcome to Positively Kimmy. I am Kimmy. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for not abandoning me. You know I have my issues, and the fact that you come back to see me means the world to me. So thank you so very much. Today what we're going to do is blushes. Some of them are first impressions for me, so we're going to go through. I have about 20 something blushes. One of my subscribers said, can you do 30 days of blushes? And I said, let me see what I have and how I want to do it. I don't want to just sit there and swatch on my own and say, oh, this is this, this is that. I want you to see how it looks on my face. I mean, I have a whole bunch of clean blush brushes. Some of them look very similar. They are not. These are all different. So we're going to get started. The first one I'm going to do is the Butter Blush by Physicians Formula in this shade Vintage Rose. Are you surprised I can read that? And it is this color. It comes with a little spongy thing that I don't think anyone in the world will use, and it has a mirror. Okay, so that's cute. You can put it on like that. So I'm going to put that on my right cheek, and we're just going to... I'm very heavy-handed when it comes to blushes, so please just ignore that. And then in between it, I'm going to reapply my base makeup. And, okay, so that's pretty. It's very, very light. Probably good for someone just starting to wear makeup, 15, 16, 12, 13, whatever age. And the next one I'm going to use is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in shade Tea Rose. Very pretty, very similar color. I've never used this before. And she is powdery. Okay, so we're going to put this over here. Very pigmented though. Very, very pigmented. I hope you guys can pick that up. Very pretty, very pigmented. I absolutely love it. Can you see? Let's see, zoom you in. And this is the Physicians Formula. So I will be right back with the next two. Okay, the next two I'm going to use is Wet n Wild and Believe Beauty. And the Wet n Wild one, I haven't used because I forgot to open it. And I really suck at opening things. So let's see, is there any... Why do they put so much tape on, like, all this packaging? Like, who's going to sit there and really try and take this off? Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So the Wet n Wild one is in... blush. It is a Nudist Society, and that's this one. And the Believe Beauty, and I haven't used either one of these either. So like I said, some of them are first impressions for me, and I can't wait to see. And of course this one, you can tell I haven't used because it's also giving me a hard time about opening it. Aha, I got it open. I got it open. I feel like that Eddie Murphy... Look, I got ice cream. I got my ice cream. All right, anyway. This one is Believe Beauty in Radiant Finish Highlighter Good Vibes. And it's a blush. And that's Good Vibes Blush. So I'm going to use that. And that is very, very light and very glowy because it does say Radiant on it. And that's okay. Know that if you use something radiant, it will show a lot of texture. And I hope this is picking up on camera because it doesn't look like it is. And then the next one I'm going to use, I have alcohol and I'm wiping off my brushes. And I'm using different brushes. And the Wet n Wild one also has a lot of sparkle in there. I don't know if you can see it. And like I said, this is in color Nudist Society. It's so, so pretty. And oh my goodness, look how pigmented that is. I'm wondering if you could tell, like, it is just so, so pretty. It might say Nudist Society, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. So those are those two. This one obviously has a little bit more highlight to it. It has a luminous effect. So does this one, but this one has a lot more pigmentation to it. So I will be back with my next two. Now, the next two that I'm going to use are the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte. I don't understand why it says that. And it's in Bang Bang, which is the color, which is very, very pretty. I wonder if it's going to be as dark. And the other one, the Maybelline Fit Me, is in shade blush. No, it's in shade wine, I believe. I can't see it. Very similar colors, so that's why I wanted to use these ones together. So we're going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me on this cheek. We're just going to go. Oh, that's pretty. That is really, really pretty. Like I said, I go very heavy-handed with my blushes, but you can see, look at that. That is such a pretty, pretty color. And the next one I'm going to put on this other cheek. Very pigmented. Look at that. Look at what it picked up. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? This would be so pretty on a dark skin person, someone who has darker skin tone. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, if you want to do that whole sunburn effect, you would do some on your nose and you go over here. But this is so incredibly pigmented. I'm hoping the camera picks that up to show you what I see. And this side, I mean, they're both beautiful blushes. They're not powdery. The formula is very, very nice. I didn't know what to expect when I got to both of them, but I absolutely love them. They look very similar on the cheeks, and I will be back with the next two. Okay, so the next two that we're going to use is, everybody's gotten this in a travel size, trial size, or a try-on, or, you know, one of those sample size boxes, you know, the ones that give you everything. And, you know what I'm saying, the samples. This is Benefit and Dandelion, and this is the shade. And then I'm going to swatch against that the Essence, which is really, really pretty. And this is in shade, I have no idea. I'm sure that's not the name of it, but I have no clue. I decided, just in case anyone's curious, I'm going to be changing my passwords on everything to I can't remember shit. So just know that. First, I'm going to go in with the Essence. I'm going on this side. And I love this blush. It is so pretty. It's luminous, so it will show texture on your skin, but the color is absolutely gorgeous. Can you see that? It radiates, and because it radiates and has that texture, has that glow to it, it just makes your skin look healthy. And Dandelion is on this side, and she's light. She's good for someone just starting to wear makeup, someone who's younger. This is not going to show up on any of my darker complexion girls because it barely shows up on me, and I'm white, like transparent white. If you saw my tummy and my legs, you'd know transparent white. This color too is very pretty. It might give someone with a darker complexion like a glow, but I don't really think it's going to show up on anyone. And this color, I don't even know why they make it. It doesn't, I mean, I can pack this this stuff on, and finally, like, it's buildable, but you really got to build it. You really got to build it. And who wants to go through all that work just to have a soft flush of color? Anyway, let me get to the next two. Okay, for my next two, I have two quads. I have a ColourPop quad in Cookie Cluster, and I have the Ciate Miss Piggy collection, and they're both amazing. They both have a cream formula in there, and they have their powders, and you can see I have hit pan on that, so I love the oranges, the corals, especially during summer. This is the same type of tone, and it's just pretty. I have to be careful because it falls. That's a highlighting one, so I'm not going to concentrate on that one. And I'm only going to use one formula for each of these with one of the brushes. So I'm going to start with Miss Piggy. I'm not going to go into the cream. I'm just going to do the powder, which down here, I'm going to use that. And I'm going to go and put this on, trying to like really build it up. And again, this is not for my darker complexion girls. You ladies, please tell me, like, why we're not making a shade for everybody in a quad. Like, this is This and this are the deepest colors. I'm going to put this on as heavy as I can, and it's still not enough. And I just think that's a missed opportunity. And this was the only shade range they had in the Miss Piggy one. And you see me like piling it on all four colors, and it's still barely showing on me. So as much as I like this, I think Ciate, you missed an opportunity when it comes to my darker, beautifully skinned girls, ladies, women, because this is just not it for them. For me, anything a little bit darker than me, probably a medium, because I consider myself a light medium and I'm a neutral tone, I don't think would work. Okay, and now the color pop, that's a little bit different, I think. I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is the deepest shade that it is. And let's see, we got a lot of pigment. And okay. All right, it's showing. I mean, you really have to build it, but it's showing. And the formula on this is beautiful. I mean, you can see I only put in a little bit compared to what I did over here, and you can see the difference. This side doesn't even look like I have anything on, and I really went in there. And you know, this is a beautiful quad. It has 3 powders and a highlighter. The highlighter is absolutely beautiful. The other shades are nice, but they're very powdery. So I just wanted to let you know that. And I'll be back with the next 2 looks. Okay, the next 2 I'm going to use is Beauty Gems and another ColourPop one. And there's a reason for that. The Beauty Gems is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this is a whole face palette. These are the 2 blushes. You have 2 bronzers. You have 2 highlighters. It was like $7 on Ulta at the time when I got it. And I'm using the ColourPop Love Story Press Powder Blush. And you can see I've hit pan on it, so I love it. I think it's a pretty. These colors will show up on my darker skin ladies. It shows up on everybody. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go in with the deepest of the pinks. And you can see this is going to look gorgeous if you have darker complexion. Look at that. Look at that. And we go a little hand when it comes to blush. I have a very heavy hand, so I'm just going to sheer it out, and look at that. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. You had the highlighter or bronzer, you got your whole face palette right here, and it's perfect to travel with. So that's all I gotta say about that. This is the ColourPop Love Story. Again, I'm gonna use this brush, and this is a really pretty color. It is absolutely beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So there you go with that. I will be back with the next 2. Okay, the next 2 are my last 2 powders that I have. I'm going in, I'm cheating a little bit, with the Too Faced Snow Woman. It was a holiday collection, and she has 3 beautiful blushes and like a blush highlight, which is right here. It is a gorgeous, I've had it forever. And this is a new one to me, and I've been wearing it in my videos. And when I tell you, yes, it might show texture, but your skin looks so healthy when you use her. It's by Flower Beauty. It's the Pyramids palette. And this is in cheek color Rose Glow. And if I could not break her when I open her. Ah, there we go. This is the colors. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, yes, you can go just in there if you want to be precise. I will just show you. Why am I going to tell you? I'm just going to show you what I do. I take my brush, my clean brush, and I do that. And then I go right in here, and you have your highlight and blush. You don't need to use a highlighter when you use this. And look at how gorgeous she builds up. And just like you have a healthy, glowy, dewy look with her. She is beautiful. I don't know why more people aren't talking about her. She is, I told you, I have a heavy hand. She is radiant. She is the moment. I absolutely love this blush palette. I think a blush single. It's not a palette. It's a palette. But she's beautiful. The next one is Too Faced. And like I said, it was the Snowman edition, Snow Woman edition of 2 years ago, I think. I'm going to go in with the darker. And then I'm going to show you the highlighted pink on top because of what I'm wearing with the other one. So this is the darkest shade, which is very, very pretty. And you just put that on like that. And very, very similar. Let's add a little bit more because you can never have too much, you can have too much blush. Like if you watched Drew Carey back in the day, Mimi, she had too much blush. Me, I'm good. Okay, and I'm going to take that off and I'm going to put on the highlighting one. And there's a very light pink too in here if you just want. And this is the highlighter one on top. And it gives you that gorgeous glow. And you just look like you have healthy skin. It's radiant. It's beautiful. As much as highlighting shows texture, I don't think it really does. I mean, it does a little bit. But I think it's gorgeous. I like both of these so much, which is why I haven't gotten rid of her. And I now have a new favorite with her. So I'll be right back to do my creams. I have 3. So we're going to figure out how to do that one. Okay, my last 2. I said I had 3, and I do. One of them is an e.l.f. cream blush. Most of you know how those work already. My last 2 are going to be by Bliss and Natasha Denona, the Cupid Cheek palette. They're both beautiful. This one also comes with a highlighter, and of course I'm not going to use that. And the Bliss one I've had now for so long, and if you can read what that says, that's the shade. I don't know what it says. I can't still find my glasses. So I'm going to put this on, and just like that. And I'm going to use a brush when I find it. Here we go. And we're just going to work that in a little bit. And look how pretty. You just have to tap it in because it mixes in with your skin. Look at that. I mean, it's so, so pretty. Okay, and the next one I'm going to use the same brush, but a different brush for Natasha Denona. And we'll put that in here. And just add it like this. And she looks gorgeous, and she is pretty, and they're very, very similar. I mean, cream is cream for the most part, as far as I think, as long as it's not drying out. And neither one of these are, and they're both, this is Natasha Denona, this is Bliss. You could add as much or as little as you want. You know me, the more blush, the merrier, and the happier we are. Put some on our nose, put some down here. We'll do a little on the forehead, like we've been touched by the sun, and we are good to go. So anyway, that was the blushes that I have. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a long one, but leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Bye.